Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
What's up, everybody? This is Max Cavalera, and you listen to BODS Mayhem Hour. Stay metal.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey folks, it's John the Bod coming at you with another throwback from the vault. This time it's from 2014, and we welcome Mr. Max Cavalera of the mighty SoulFly. You want to sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. Got to interview Max. Very, very cool interview. I'm very late to the game of YouTube and getting stuff out there, uploading. So there's a lot of stuff I need to get up here. So anyway, Max Cavalera of SoulFly. Oh boy. Sit back, relax, have a cold one. Hope you guys enjoy it. And remember, support us. Like and follow and subscribe to the BODS Mayhem Hour YouTube page. Thanks, folks. Have a good one. Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. And today I have from the mighty SoulFly, Mr. Max Cavalera. Max, how's it going, my man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing excellent. It's an honor to have you on this show. I've been a huge fan of SoulFly for a long time, and I'm glad you guys released Savages last year. It's a hell of a CD. And let's talk about that. How's the fans reacting to the new songs being played live from you guys?
Yeah, it's been great. We are on U.S. tour right now. We just came from Europe, and we're still playing some stuff out of Savages. We play everything. Our set list is pretty mixed. It's the best of SoulFly through all the years. So we don't just play new stuff, but we do play a couple of the new tracks, like Bloodshed, Cannibal Holocaust, Master of Savagery. And I think people dig the record. I'm very happy the fans like the record. I think it was a fun record to make. I have a good time making the record with 30 Days and having my son Zion on the drums for the first time. Mm-hmm. He's on tour with us right now and doing great, playing great every night. And we're just, having fun with the record and looking forward to finish this tour and then next year work on a new SoulFly.
Off the Savages album, what would you say your favorite tracks are so far?
I like the ones I mentioned that we're playing live, okay. But I also like some of the guest songs that Fallen had Jamie from I Declare War, and Ayatollah of Rock and Roll had You from Clutch, and KCS had Mitch from Napalm Death. Those are all great songs too, so I think the record also had El Comediante with me and Tony singing in Spanish and Portuguese. It's a continuation of what we did on Enslaved with Plato Plomo. Mm-hmm. That was really cool too. And I also like Soul Affliction, the last song on the record. I thought it was really good too.
My favorite one off of it has to be Bloodshed. That's my favorite one off of it, man. But
awesome. Yeah, we play that live every night.
But still, though, it's a SoulFly album. I mean, you can't gripe about it. It's awesome.
Right on.
What do you hope the fans take away from the album and plus the other SoulFly albums?
Just enjoy it. It's a record made for the fans because I actually listened to the fans when I was, before entering the studio to make Savages. A lot of fans wanted me to go back to a little bit of an older SoulFly groove kind of vibe, and so I wrote Savages with the fans in mind and kind of, pleasing them on this, going back to the groove that they wanted me to do, because Enslaved was pretty much more death metal. And although I really like Enslaved, it was a fun record to make. But I just thought it would be kind of cool to go back to some of the grooves. So Savages got more of a groove-oriented kind of record, and it was really fun to make. We had Terry Date producing and had all these guests coming and doing their parts, and I love the album artwork. Post Author did a great job on the artwork, and it is a really cool record. I'm very happy that it came all the way it came out, and I'm very excited. It was our first record on Nuclear Blast, a new label, Nuclear Blast, and we're very excited and looking forward to the future.
You'd mentioned you guys are going to start working on the new SoulFly album next year. Can we expect it to be just like Savages? And will Zion be also on drums with you guys?
We don't know yet. It's kind of early. I haven't even written anything for it yet.
Okay.
But I just know it's going to be a very special record because it's our 10th record. And in any band that can commemorate a 10 record, it has to make something special out of it.
Yeah.
10 records is a special number. And I'm going to try to pull some tricks and try to make a very, very memorable one, a very special one.
Since you guys have 9 studio albums out, is it hard for you guys to get a set list to put together for show to show, or is it pretty easy?
It's kind of tricky. It's a lot of songs to play, and we have a really good one right now that I think is really kind of, it's a hit list of the hit songs of SoulFly that people like, and it's got everything: Blood, Fire, War, Hate, Prophecy, Primitive, Tribe, and some stuff out of the later records like Conquer, and so the set list right now is pretty complete. I would say it's a big trip into the whole catalog, but we are still working on some other songs to throw in. I would like to throw a couple more fast songs in there, like Frontlines, Lesser Than Mohican, Terrorist, to make the set a little bit faster and more exciting,
You have the Max Cavalera autobiography out now. What made you want to do the book, man?
We've been talking about it for a while, and my wife actually was like, I think you should do a book. I think it'd be a good time right now for you to tell your story, and it's a great story, and you come from Brazil, and you achieved so much, and, you came against all odds, and you did all that stuff with Sepultura, and you did all that stuff with SoulFly. It's a story that needs to be told, and we got hooked up with a writer called Joe MacGyver from England. He's done some really good books, and he was a really good writer, and I got hooked up with him, and he did the book with me, and then I got the idea to asking Dave Grohl to do the introduction of the book because he's a friend, and he loves Roots. One of his favorite records is Roots, and he's such a nice guy. Dave is such a cool guy, and that he accepted right away and did a great introduction. I couldn't ask for a better introduction, and I love the book. I think it's great. I think the stories are great. It's good reading. It's exciting. Every chapter you read, you want to read the next one, and I think it's how a book should be. It tells a great story inside of it.
How long did it take you to finish the book?
About 3 years.
Wow. And what would you say your favorite part of the book was? What's your favorite story?
There's a lot of it. I love revealing some stuff that people didn't know. Like I was baptized in the Vatican when I was a kid. That's a lot of people didn't know that.
Oh,
and,
cool.
I was kidnapped in Jamaica with my wife. That was a crazy story. And of course, there's some rock stories like pissing off Lemmy and puking on Eddie Vedder that cannot be overlooked.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. It was fun. It's been a great ride.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get this book and check it out because that's cool. And congratulations on everything that you've accomplished coming over here, plus Sepultura, and then now to this. So hats off to you, man, and keep rocking. Your kids are now into music, Igor and Zion. What does that mean to you for them to carry on the Cavalera name into music?
It's great. I really love their bands, and I'm proud of them, and they work hard on it. And I see them every night getting better and better, and their Lodi Kong is actually open for SoulFly right now on the U.S. tour. Richie has a new album from Inside came out. I think it's his best album out of the 3 that they made. The new one is the best one. So I have nothing but pride, to have my kids doing music and following what I'm doing. And I know it's a hard road, and they know that, and it's not easy, and it's not for the faint of heart. But what you get back from it is really great. The fans and what the admiration from the people that like the music really pays off, So, but I'm very proud of them, and I think they're doing a great job with the music. And I think it's very cool because it doesn't really sound like my music. It's very different, especially Lodi Kong.
Yeah,
it's much more towards punk music, and combination of kind of like punk metal. It's very, very great, very different from what everybody else is doing right now, and I think that's awesome by itself.
hats off to them, because there's a lot of the bands like that are just the same, and they don't put out nothing new. It's like, didn't I hear this the other day? You know what I mean? And I just don't get it. It's like some have lost the way, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, now they're on fire right now and playing every night, and they're getting better every night, and I'm really excited for the future for them.
What song best describes you from SoulFly? If you could pick any one of them, which one would it be?
Well, I think one of my favorite songs has been No Hope, No Fear. I really like the lyrics. It's really kind of a wild look at how you see life, you know, like when you don't have hope, you don't have fear, so you just do whatever you want to do and face life in a strange way. And I always like that. And I like some of the heavier stuff too, like World Scum and Blood, Fire, War, Hate.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always great too, like great mosh pit, circle pit songs that I love to throw down with the fans.
I know you've traveled from afar and beyond to countries and everything. What country do you see the largest SoulFly fans from, if any?
It's probably Europe, you know. Like America's really strong, but it's still kind of underground for us here. We're still playing small places. In Europe, we get to play big places, and it's quite amazing. And we get to a lot of festivals, and we play festivals with like Aerosmith and Black Sabbath and all the big names. And SoulFly is very accepted in Europe. South America, too, I think is big for us, and Australia. So all those places are really good for SoulFly, but I think Europe especially is probably the best place.
And I'd seen where you had mentioned for Brazil, it took them a little while to catch on to SoulFly. What was the reason? Just didn't pick up as soon as it did over here, or what happened?
I think they were so attached to Sepultura because it was from Brazil and was like the pride of Brazil.
Yeah.
That when I first made SoulFly, for them was kind of hard to digest. It was kind of hard to understand the idea of a different band under a different name. But it took a while, but once they got it because we did a very great Brazilian tour about 2 years ago, and the shows were amazing. The São Paulo show was sold out, and they were singing every song. And so I think it just took a while, but you know, eventually they catch up to it. And I have patience. I'm not in a hurry, and I let people. I give people time to discover the music and let them, you know, figure out for themselves. And there's no hurry on this, you know. So I have patience for wait for the fans. I know they'll come around.
Yeah. And I like bands that do that, you know, and a lot of bands are scared to do that now, Max. They're scared to put their own stuff out there, but it's your music. You shouldn't be scared to put your music out there. This is what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to do it, you know, you got to, and I'm not shy at all. I mean, I put everything out. I put Killer BQ out, Cavalera, SoulFly. People say, do you put too much stuff out? And, it doesn't matter to me. I think it's good. As long as the stuff is good, you know, and I know when it's good. I can feel it, you know. I have not bullshit much in my career. I think SoulFly 3 was a little bit of a bullshit. The name was weak. I didn't like the name. For me, that album was always going to be called Downstroy. That was the original name. I don't know why I changed it to SoulFly 3. It was kind of a lazy move. But out of all of them, just to have one that you kind of embarrass. But even out of SoulFly, great songs came out of it. Lost the Mohicans, Downstroy, Seek and Strike. So, you know, I think, you know, every band has a low point. My low point is SoulFly 3, so I'm doing okay, I guess.
I remember when Seek and Strike came out, I went and bought the album, and I blasted Seek and Strike in my apartment, and everybody around me was like, turn that shit off. I was like, no, it's SoulFly.
Yeah, Seek and Strike is a great song. It's a great rhythm. It's very influenced by the kind of a cousin riff that I wrote for the Deftones for Head Up.
Oh, okay.
Seek and Strike riff is a cousin riff of that. It's from the same bloodline of the Head Up riff. And it's really, really a moving jump song, you know, that you just get into the groove and you just want to jump and fuck shit up, you know. And I love the chorus. Everybody sings Seek and Strike together. And it was written for the baseball player. You know, He played for Phoenix. Randy Johnson, played for Seattle Mariners, and he played for Phoenix, and he won a World Series in 2001.
Yeah, the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And then I thought it'd be cool because he was a friend of ours, and so I wrote the song with him in mind, because he strike everybody out. He's just a master striker.
Yeah, that's
so
for
I wrote
sure.
Seek and Strike for him.
I would definitely hate to have been in the batter's box and see his 100-mile-an-hour fastball come at me, because.
Yeah, especially when he killed the bird. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, and especially when he threw the ball at John Kruk in the All-Star game too over his head.
Yeah.
Max, I want to say this before I forget. I saw you guys on the Ozzfest tour in 2000 in Columbus, Ohio, and man, I'm thankful that I got to see you guys, and you guys put on a hell of a show that night.
That was 2000, you said?
Yeah, I believe it was 2000 when I saw you guys. Mm-hmm.
Awesome, yeah. Yeah, we just keep going, keep going forward, we just never stop, looking for the future all the time. More and more to do, more tours to do, more albums to make, more fans to embrace, and it just keeps going.
Since it's the digital age, do you think it's helped out bands, or do you think it's really hurt bands as far as social media and getting the music out there to people?
I think a little bit of both. I think it helps some bands to get discovered. I myself use Spotify to discover new bands, and it's a great way to discover new music and find out some bands I never heard about before. As far as the free downloading, I think that's bad. That hurts everybody. Bands like us, we don't sell as much as we used to. SoulFly 1 was a gold album, and Roots was gold, and nobody sells those records anymore, and kind of hurt everybody, but we have to do what you have to do. That's why we tour and sell merchandise and survive, have other ways of surviving, but it's kind of we have to adapt, because technology is going further, and you cannot go against it, you have to roll with it. You have to adapt and go with it, of course, if you ask me, I prefer the vinyl era myself. That was my favorite era of music, was when vinyls, It was even before, I like it even more than CDs. There's a whole thing about the vinyl being a big cover, and the ritual, getting the needle on the vinyl and hearing the crackling of the vinyl. That whole thing was awesome, And then you just look at the big cover, you have the big cover, and some of the albums are double albums, and you have to open up and have the pictures inside. Some kids of this new generation, they don't even know anything about vinyl or none of that stuff, so it's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's true, man. I always liked the records because, the vinyl era, because, like you said, you had this huge booklet in front of you, man. The artwork, and some of that came with the lyrics to the songs and everything. And it was pretty cool to see that.
It was a trip. You actually, you immerse yourself into the record, and you lose yourself into the record, and you still continue with the CD to a certain point, because it just made it a little bit smaller, but once you start getting digital and people just want songs on the internet, that's when it changed. And for me, I don't see the fun of that, just getting songs. For me, you have to get, supposed to be the whole record. That's what we make. We make records, from beginning to the end, for people to understand and hear and enjoy a whole record. That's what we make them. That's why they have topics, like Slave was about slavery. Roots was about Brazilian roots and culture. KOZD was about political stuff, industrial stuff. The records have topics, and you delve into those topics,
Do you guys prefer clubs or festivals? What's your favorite ones to play?
I like clubs. I love playing small places and packs, and when the crowd is crazy and rowdy, and as rowdy as it gets. I don't get tired of playing small places. I love it. I think that's where the real music is. That's where the real metal is. That's where the real magic is at. Festivals are great too. It's cool. It's just different. It's bigger, and there's a different kind of vibe. But myself, I prefer, for the songs I play, the small clubs are perfect. People go crazy and go off, and very close contact with your fans, and you get to touch them and very intimate contact with your fans. And
Right.
I love clubs. I love playing these clubs.
For the ones that haven't got to see you guys yet perform live, what can they expect at a show from SoulFly?
All the shows full of different vibes, you know, but a lot of it is energy-driven songs, you know. That's why we got always a circle pit, mosh pit throughout the whole show. People in the front, they want to watch it. People in the back want to watch it. But people in the middle, they just want to get rowdy and they just want to fuck shit up with the music, you know, because the music takes the aggression out of every bullshit job that they hate and the boss that they fucking hate. They take all that shit out in a concert, and I totally understand that. That's what I make. That's some of the songs are made for that, especially the heavy ones, you know, the fast ones, the aggressive ones.
I've said this since day one, and it's amazing that when you guys are on stage performing or even on a CD or an album, man, we could feel as a fan what you guys are bringing to us, and it's cool to give it back to you guys at shows.
Yeah, what we do is real music. There's very, very little influence of, you know, computers and stuff like that. We don't use any of that stuff. And we have to play the records. You have to really play the music. And it shows, you know, like when you go see us, we fuck you up with music. You know, we do that with the music without any, we don't have anything to cover up for the music. No electronics behind. There's no bullshit like that. Mm-hmm. It's all real music played by real people.
What's it mean to you, Max, when you're on stage and you hear the fans singing the music and going crazy? What's it mean to you?
It's the best feeling, you know. For me, it's like the best drug ever invented. You know, it's really great and kind of like really shows a lot of the interaction between us and the crowd. It's what I like. They sing in the songs. They know the songs, and some of the songs are old songs from 20 years ago, and some of them are early songs from just a year ago. They're singing all of them, and for me, that's awesome. That just makes my day.
How much is writing a release for you?
Writing is great, you know. It's really way of, especially, I write all the time, even when I don't have to. I love just to get my guitar and write riffs. I just love doing riffs, playing riffs. It's like a hobby of mine, and every time I have some free time, I get my guitar and I write some songs and I record them, even without having to. Later on, I'll find place for them to go. You know, I find they're gonna either go to SoulFly, Cavalera, or Killer Be Kill, because the three things I got right now. But it's a great therapy, great hobby, and I always like that. I always like writing. It's a great way to spend time, and I do a lot of that at home. A lot of writing at home.
Are there any artists that you haven't got to work with yet that you would like to reach out and do a project with?
Oh, yeah. You know, I like a lot of the thrash guys, you know, Millie from Creator and Shimir from Destruction, Storm Warrior, Triptychon, you know, used to be in Celtic Frost. You know, those are some of my favorite guys that I have not worked with them yet, but I think that at some point it will come and I'll get to work with them.
My final question here for you. What does it mean to you when you receive an email or a fan comes up to you prior or after a show and says, hey, look, your music has tremendously helped me through a dark time and it's gave me positive energy. What does that mean to you as a musician?
It's great. You know, it's knowing that the music that you write at home and when nobody's there, it's me and my guitar, knowing that's going to travel the world and make a difference on people's life. It's really, really strong. You know, and it's like when it comes from a fans like that, especially a lot of the SoulFly stuff is very, very positive. You know, that make you turn a situation that's negative into something positive, like a tragedy or something bad that's happened in your life, and music is there to help. You know, because I use music myself. You know, when I'm feeling down or something, I always put some music on and change my mood, and it makes me feel better. So I know what they're feeling when they're saying those things. I know exactly what they're feeling, and it means a lot to me. You know, it's a great deal of consideration that they are showing that to me, that the music is doing to them.
How can people keep in touch with SoulFly and see exactly where you guys are going to be on tour, and plus buy your merch? How can they do that?
Well, there's some websites, SoulFlyTribe.com, and Manny does that, and people can go there, or nuclearblast.com. They can get shirts there and stuff. But our official site is with Manny from SoulFlyTribe.com, and it's great. It's really, really good, and got a lot of cool information for the fans there.
I got to say, before I let you go, as a fan, thank you guys so much for your music, because you have some of the most awesome music that's out there, my friend. Primitive is one of my favorite songs by you guys. Eye for an Eye, Bloodshed. It just don't stop, man. And as a fan, thank you, Max, so much, and the SoulFly Tribe.
Right on, man. Nice talking to you, okay?
Hey, before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for my show?
Yeah, no problem. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Max Cavalera, and you listen to BODS Mayhem Hour. Stay metal.
All right, everybody, stick around. We got some SoulFly coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, Max.
All right, man. Take care, right?
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.